Okay, guys, let's talk about wage theft. I mean, it's like a roll call of all the major players. You see their logos up on the wall, and there's hardly a big name that's missing. It's a disgrace. Annika?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure who you were throwing to there. It is, and I think it started off as one of those things where it was just one or two and it was seen as anomalies, and now, of course, there's been, as you say, a roll call of big players, which is why I guess now we're seeing reviews into it and some talk of actually tough action, which it does seem is needed. And, I think Woolworths were the latest ones to come out last week, and they came out ahead of it being revealed elsewhere, saying that, of course, they would not be looking at bonuses and other things for their executives until they sorted this out. But you have to think that if it's so systemic, that perhaps we do need not, people to put their own rules on themselves, but some, a tough cop on the beat to actually make sure that this doesn't keep happening.
Well, one of the reasons I think it all blew up was that a supervisor discovered that he or she was actually earning less money, getting paid less money than the shelf stacker that he was supervising. Now, you'd think that this would all would be so obvious. I know they've got a huge staff, etc. But you made the other point too about that hasn't been taken that seriously. I mean, for Colin Burris to underpay over years nearly $8 million and only get fined $200,000, it should almost be a percentage of what you done to them. Now, I have read a report. I can't confirm it yet. But I have read a report saying that Woolworths could be fined up to $3 billion. Matt.
Well, I think you'll find it hard-pressed to find members of the public out there who would be feeling sorry for Woolies in this situation. We're talking about companies that are dealing with very, very complex rules and legislation and books at all the time. So even though we do have a fairly complex modern award system, this is something that's fairly basic. It's something they're doing every day. They should be able to get it right. We've just seen Attorney General Christian Porter. He's put out some discussion papers in regards to a number of industrial relations issues, including wage theft. One of the ideas that's being discussed is whether or not we should be talking about jail time and criminal sentences for cases of wage theft or underpayments where there's some degree of neglect or at least some intent to be doing this on a deliberate stage. And even just this morning, Christian Porter was talking about the potential to ban company directors from sitting on any further boards if they are found to have been constantly and consistently underpaying workers.
Yeah, well, how they miss it, I do not know, because Annika, funny thing was, back in the 70s, I did get the first magazine called Focus into the supermarket checkout counters. And I was doing some research on Woolworths, and back in the 70s, they reportedly made more money on the short-term money market than they made from profits, because they insisted on their bills being paid up front, but they didn't pay for 60 or 90 days. So Woolies had a lot of money flushing around there, washing around there to spend on the short-term money market. And it was quite a thing. But there we are.